a group of paranormal explorers, our dedicated team travelled all over the UK in search of answers. Answers to the question, is there really life after death?
Did you hear that?
Join us on our mission to discover the truth. Birkwood Hospital was originally built as a stately home in 1887 and later donated to Lanarkshire Council in 1923, who converted it into a hospital for children with learning disabilities. The main building was extended over the years and several other buildings were erected on site to accommodate the ever-growing need for more beds. After the Community Care Act was brought in 1990, many long-term psychiatric hospitals closed, and this eventually led to Birkwood finally closing its doors in 2005. As of 2015, part of the main building has collapsed, leaving the rest of the building in a dangerous state. We arrived at the hospital grounds around 11 PM, and after locating the castle, which was the main part of the hospital, we found our access was blocked. We searched the rest of the grounds and found a cluster of smaller buildings. We made our way into one of the derelict buildings and found a large room where we started our investigation. Is anybody here in this hospital with us? If you can make a sound, use your voice to speak to us. Can you use your voice to speak to us? You can make a tapping sound. You can see my red light. You can use your voice. If you speak into that, it will record your voice. Please can you make a sound for us? Do you want a patient here? Please can you let us know that you're here? We mean you no harm. My name's Lorraine. Can you please tell us your name? Was that you speaking?
No.
That was a rat then. If you can use our energies, if that helps you make a sound, please do. That was me. That was me. We continued calling out in this room for a little while, and then decided to explore some more of the building. We found some stairs and made our way up to the first floor. At the top of the stairs we found a small room and decided to stop and call out there. Is there anybody in this hospital that wants to speak to us? If you can use your voice to speak to us, please speak into my red light. My name's Lorraine. Can you tell me your name? If you're a patient here, can you please tell us your name? If you can make a sound, you can knock on the wall. Can you do this for me? Can you do that? Please, if there's anybody here, can you please use your voice or make a sound to let us know that you're here? We mean you no harm. We didn't seem to be getting much activity, so I decided to get out the K2 meter. As I was rummaging for the meter, Wayne heard a faint knock.
I heard a knock. Just one.
Please, if that was you that made that sound, could you please do it again for us, but just a little bit louder? Can you speak into our red light? I'm holding a red light. If you could say your name into that for me. Or if you could come towards our green light that my friend's holding. Jesus Christ, who's filming that? No one?
Me.
Oh. Can you do that again, please? Can you come towards our green light? I mean you no harm. If that was you in the room with us just then, can you please come in again? Please come closer. If you come closer, that will make our lights turn another green. We'll have another green light come on. If you can come closer to the light. I'll move out the way so you can come into the room. Again then. Can you please come towards our green light my friend's holding? Can you see that one? K2 meter's going off. And I'm getting goosebumps all up my legs. Definitely feels like something's in the arse now. This is my imagination.
Does feel different.
If that was you that came towards the green light, could you just do it one more time so we know it's definitely you? If you can do that, come towards our green light, it will come up with more colours again. If you move towards it, just so we know that it's definitely you doing that for us. Please come into the room again. Please, you mean no harm. If you walk towards the green light, more lights will show up. Please come towards the green light. Or if you could use your voice to speak into this red light. The red light I'm holding. If you could speak into that, tell us your name. My name's Lorraine. That's Becky. That's Wayne. Can you tell us your name? Oh my God, I can hear talking. Can you hear it? I can hear talking. Plain as day like that. Stop now. Take us again. We could hear the sound of faint talking coming from the stairway. We stood quietly listening for a minute, but the sound of talking seemed to have stopped. Then all of a sudden, I thought I heard what sounded like singing coming from the stairway. I can hear singing. Is it just me?
I can't hear a thing.
I can hear singing. Oh my God. Can you not hear singing? Oh, do you want to go into the hall with that? Okay, 2 minutes going off.
Yes, Chad.
It's going again. With Wayne in the hallway by the stairs, we were hoping he was going to pick up the sound of the voices we were hearing, while Becky and myself stayed in the room and continued calling out. It's going again. Are you in the room with us again? If you are, can you go towards the green light, please? That's an aeroplane going over for reference. Please, can you walk towards our green light again? We mean you no harm. We've come a long way to see you. We've come from the south of England. If you're here, can you please let us know? If that was you singing, can you come closer and sing? Things had gone quiet, so we decided to move on to a different part of the building.
On the floor. Happy off. Yeah, I know, be careful.
Always stand near the edge. I'm just going to get a few shots in this room before we start. Is there anybody in this room here with us? We've come into this room now. We'd still like you to go towards our green light if you can. Or speak into our red light. Who wants a patient here? Can you tell us your name? Why don't you try calling out now, boys?
If there's any spirits here present with us,
Would you please make a sound? We mean you no harm, we're just trying to communicate with you. There's a spirit here. Can you knock twice for yes and once for no? Can you copy me? If there are any spirits here, please, can you make a sound? Or can you show us in light form or something? Would you walk upstairs for me, please? My legs are going to give up any minute now.
What the f*** was that?
What?
I thought it sounded like a little girl. Did you? Yeah. Going, hello. That's what it sounded like.
Really, it was going, hello.
After we had experienced the unexplained sound, we got no more activity, so we decided to call it a night. The Gartloch Estate was bought by the City of Glasgow in 1889 for £8,600 for the Glasgow District Lunacy Board to build an asylum for the poor people of the city. The first patients were admitted to the hospital in 1896, and the hospital could accommodate 540 patients. In 1902, a tuberculosis sanatorium was built on the site and it remained until the end of the Second World War. It was used during the war as an emergency medical service hospital, and a number of temporary hutted wards were built. In 1948, Gartloch joined the National Health Service and stayed part of the NHS until the mid-90s. Towards the end of its life as a hospital, it featured in a 6-part TV show taking over the asylum, which starred Ken Scott and a young David Tennant. Most of the smaller buildings on site have now been converted into modern housing, with the remaining larger listed buildings waiting conversion. We arrived at the now derelict hospital around midnight. We made our way into one of the large buildings, and straight away we felt uneasy and like we were not wanted there. We found a large room on the ground floor and spread out and started the investigation. Is there any spirit person here in this building with us? Is there anybody here? Would you like to make a sound? Let us know that you're here. If you want a patient here, or if you want to work here, you just make a sound, let us know that you're here. What was that?
That was my leg, sorry.
There's nobody here in this building with us. Please can you make a sound? Use your voice to speak to us. And tap on the wall. You can use your voice. So when you no harm, well, you're kidding me. I don't record them at all.
Amateur.
Is anybody here in this building with us? If you could please make a sound. You could use your voice to speak to us. What was that? You've got to take K2 meter. You get out, please. You get a K2 meter. Oh, you've got it out. Take it.
If there's any spirits here present with us, can you please make a sound? We mean you no harm.
After Wayne had finished speaking, the camera picked up an unexplained grunting sound.
No harm. No harm.
Please, if there's anybody here with us, can you use your voice to speak to us? Or if you can come towards the green light my friend's holding out in front of her.
If you walk towards this one green light, it make other lights light up.
There's something on the floor over there, moving. Should we move on to a different part?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
We decided to move on from that room, and we continued to explore the building. We found a set of stairs which led up to the first floor. Once we'd reached the first floor, we realised the floors on this level were rotten. We did not want to risk walking across them, so we continued up the stairs to the second floor and found the floors there in the same condition. We made our way back down the stairs, resigned to the fact that we'd only be able to investigate the ground level. Once we were back on the ground level, we made our way to the other side of the building. We found a room very similar to the one we'd been in before, and here we continued on with our investigation.
Right. So where are we? We've moved on to room 2 of...
Wayne's camera had just picked up an unexplained sound, and this was followed by what sounded like a girl laughing. When I first heard the laughing, I thought it could have been myself or Becky. However, This was not picked up on either my camera or Becky's camera, which means the sound was coming from where Wayne was. If you're a patient here, or a member of staff, can you let us know that you're still here? I just heard a loud noise in the corridor behind me, but unfortunately it wasn't picked up on camera. That's me. What was that? There's a knocking sound. Did you hear that, Wayne? No. It's from your direction. If that was you that made that knocking sound, could you please do it again, but louder for us, please? We mean no harm, we're just here to try and communicate with you. If you'd like us to leave, and you don't want us here, can you make a sound? Or if you'd like us to stay, can you make a sound? Why don't you try? No, not with me.
Can you knock on the wall?
No. What was that?
What?
Did you not hear that? Did you hear that, Bert?
No.
After this finished speaking.
If that was you trying to communicate with us, could you please do it again, but louder if possible?
Can you tell us your name? There was sound behind me then. Did you hear that? I keep hearing noises out in the corridor or in the hallway. Wayne? Yeah. I suppose you want to go out there. Why is that close? There's a big block of wood there. That's it. Be careful. Wayne rejoined us after about 10 minutes and after he had experienced no activity in the corridor. We then decided to call it a night as it was almost 4 AM. We had experienced some unexplained things while investigating the asylum, but whether these things are paranormal or have a reasonable explanation, we'll leave it up to you to decide.